Good day. God bless you. Welcome back, guys. My name is Zach, and this is Fitness Fasting episode 4. And we are back on the 24-hour fast. So I'm 24 hour into this round of fasting. So I've been gone for 5 days. I posted some other videos, but on the fitness fasting, this is the first video in 5 days. So I contemplated putting videos on the fitness fasting series while I'm not fasting, but I don't think I'm going to do that. If I make other videos, they will be on the self-mastery series or just shorts and motivational stuff. And I'm still posting videos from my Philippines vacation. So first thing I wanted to say, guys, is if you don't know, the world record longest fast ever recorded in modern history, there might have been some longer ones back in 1,000 years ago we don't know about, but was 382 days. I just wrote down 282 days, and as I read it, I remembered, no, it was over a year. It was 382 days is the world record fast. And the guy was like humongous, lost like 150 pounds. And you can look it up. It was in the 70s. The guy didn't really follow it up with a healthy lifestyle after that, but he proved that you can go that long without eating, and it's not a big deal. He was under doctor supervision, and he took vitamins, but he fasted for 382 days. And the only reason he stopped is because he had a goal weight of 180 pounds. And the day he hit 180 pounds, he stopped, he stopped fasting. So he fasted for over a year, zero food, some vitamin supplementation, and water. And so I'm just trying to justify, like, hey, guys, it's not all that dangerous to fast. But of course, check with your medical professional, get your doctor's approval, especially if you have diabetes or any kind of blood sugar management issues where, if you're taking shots or medicine, you cannot fast. You would have to get off of those medications before you could fast. If you take a metformin pill or a insulin shot while not eating, you could die. So do your own homework. I was diagnosed with diabetes, and within 6 weeks, it was completely gone, but I didn't test it for like 9 more months, but 9 months later, it was completely gone. But I believe it was gone in about the first 2 months, and this is in 2016. I lost like a man. I was 315 pounds, got down to 245, and it was gone. So 24 hours in, I feel fine. You start dreaming about food, and you start catching yourself like thinking about food because you skipped breakfast, you skipped lunch, and now I've skipped dinner, and it's okay. It's one of those things in life, like getting heartbroken. And then, 6 months later, you're still kind of heartbroken. And, maybe even like me, I've moved on to another relationship and I'm engaged and I'm in love far more than I've ever been in love in my life. But you know what? There's a little piece of my heart that was broken in the past, and that's okay. Like, it's okay to have thoughts and feelings and emotions, and it can be a part of you, that man or that woman that was your past that didn't work out. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. You can take life's experiences, chalk them up to positivity. If you were in love before and you got your heart broken, well, use that love to bring it to the next relationship and bring even more love. Like, don't let some bad things, bring you down from the past. Don't let the past bring you down. I was walking around work today and I was frustrated how many push-ups I can do now. Which, by the way, I've been working out a little bit, just walking, doing push-ups, and then just hitting the gym a little bit. And it's a whole different workout routine I've been doing lately, and I won't talk about that in this series. But just know I'm fasting, and I'm still able to get 10,000, 15,000 steps in, and walk up and down the hills here in the town I'm living in, walk down to the grocery store like 5 miles, and it's all uphill on the way back, and it's a great workout, and it's easy. And even after not eating for several days, I can do it. So I'm looking to increase the amount of fasting. Last week I fasted 72 hours, and then I ate for 5 days. And I didn't like pig out in the 5 days, but I'm gonna say that I didn't reduce my calories as much as I should have either. And I ate mostly like that fruit, meat, eggs, cheese. I bought some keto bread. It has very low carbs, tons of fiber. It has like 2 slices of it has like more fiber than the daily allowance, and I ate some of that. And, so just trying to watch my diet, but not going crazy. So, okay. So what's my goal for this week? Fast more than 72 hours, so maybe 4 days or 5 days, or we'll see. Let's talk about it after we do it, and let's just see how far we can get. So more fasting and then just less feasting. It's natural to feast and fast. It's a caveman survival mechanism. You get a kill, and you can feast on it and fatten up, and then you can go days and weeks and months without eating. So it's completely natural and normal, and it's okay and it's healthy. So I'm just looking to do a little more fasting because I have this extra body fat now. So why not capitalize on nature's ability to burn this fat for fuel? And you actually burn more fuel if you just straight fast over a really calorie restricted diet. And it's a bit of a medical explanation, and I would guide you to Dr. Jason Fung's books and videos on YouTube, especially the diabetes code and the weight loss code, or whatever the weight loss one's called. The diabetes code is one of them. He's got a bunch of books. He's got fasting books, and I read about fasting a long time ago, even before I had diabetes. I knew it was super healthy. They did it thousands and thousands of years ago. Even today, I think Muslims fast for Ramadan, and Jews fast, and Catholics fast for, there's religions around the world that fast all the time. Millions of people do it. So it's okay. It's natural. It's normal. It's healthy. It feels great. I feel so much better when I'm fasting. I haven't eaten in 24 hours. All I had today was water, which now that I mentioned it, I haven't drank enough water today. I need to pick it up a little bit. But I did have quite a few cups of tea. 2 cups right away in the morning, then another one on break, then another one for lunch. I probably had 4 or 5 cups of black tea today. So that kind of had me jacked up and going. So like I said, I did the 5 days of eating, and now I'm back on fasting. 24 hours in, I feel great. I'm walking, doing push-ups, lifting a little bit. I'm still eating the garlic though. So a clove of garlic has like less than 5 calories, and I'm having that in the morning and in the evening. And it's for my heart health, my blood pressure. It's just for circulatory health. I'm taking a cayenne pepper capsule, and that's also for circulation. Cleans out the bloodstream. It helps with LDL and low density lipoproteins and your cholesterol and any clogged mucus and stuff that which breaks up while you're fasting. So I especially like to take it when I'm fasting. So I just take capsules of it, which you got to get used to. They will really be painful in your stomach until you get used to them. So maybe start off with just putting a dash of cayenne pepper on your food and working your way into where, if you take cayenne pepper capsules after not eating for a few days and your stomach is completely empty, they will burn your stomach. You'll be okay, but it's just a little painful. So that's about it, guys. I just wanted to get on and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm at. 24 hours in. Very little hunger pains this time. I think because I'm just rebounding off of last week's fast, and it's feeling good, and I'm happy to do it. I was more miserable eating. Like, yesterday, I barely ate anything. I had a small breakfast, and then I ate some fruit for lunch, early lunch, because I had a dinner with a cousin, and I was like, well, the dinner's gonna be at like 6, so I'll just have a little bit of fruit like before noon, like 11:30, and then I'll be hungry for 6. And I got to the restaurant at 6, and I just wasn't even hungry. And so the fasting's working, and the eating healthier foods and feeling that you're full. It's a conscious decision that I've had to learn how to make is take a bite of food and well, for one, stop eating when you're full. If you can manage that and not just eat until you feel like crap, like you do on Thanksgiving, like really fat people like me and like I was, that's how we always eat. And that's a big part of why you're overweight. You think, oh, I'm overweight because I have a thyroid problem or some kind of, slow metabolism. It's like, you may have those things, but they're because you got fat. That's not how you got fat. Most of the time, like, just don't use the excuses. It's easy. Don't eat, you will lose weight. And then, so I'm just vowing to myself to fast more days, like got to go past 72 hours this time, and then eat less, like maybe go back to the OMAD, or at least skip breakfast, do like intermittent fasting, do a 16-8, keep the carbs down, keep the calories down. And yes, it's more than counting calories, but if you're eating 10,000 calories a day, then it is about counting calories. Because even if it's healthy, even if you ate 10,000 calories of bananas a day, which are super healthy, complete nutrition, it's way too much, and your body will store it as fat. It's what we're designed to do. It's healthy to get you through a winter. You fatten up on bananas, and then you can go months without eating. Well, we got to do the months without eating then if we're gonna balloon up this fat. So, talking about the vow, reading some psychology books and different ways to encourage myself to continue, and like looking back at where have I had my most successes, not just on the YouTube channel, but in life in the past. It's usually when I'm a part of a group, or, like part of a fitness group. Like for an example, 2 summers ago, 3 summers ago, I joined a group, and you just made a donation to the Alzheimer's Association of America, and then you logged how many miles you walked or jogged every day, and then you can count like an elliptical machine, 2 miles. 2 miles on the elliptical counted as 1 mile, or 3 miles of bike riding counted as 1 mile. So I did all three things, walking, or all four things: walking, jogging, elliptical, and biking. And it was from Memorial Day to Labor Day, 100 days exactly. And because I was part of a group and that we were posting our miles every day, we made little commitments, and it was like, I'm going to go 200 miles, or I'm going to go 300 miles, or whatever. And I made a commitment to go, I want to say like 750 or 1,000 miles. And there was some, very motivating. It was mostly women. I can't remember the name of the group. It was small. There was maybe 100 people doing it. And these women were getting on there and just logging the miles, and I really wanted to keep up. And after the 100 days, I don't remember like if there was a winner or anything, and it was just personal accountability, and it was fun and challenging. And I ended up going over 750 miles. And so, I mean, just think about that. That's average. Even if it was just all walking, which it wasn't, it was a lot of jogging and elliptical, some elliptical, and quite a bit of biking too. Like I would bike like I wanted to count a 20-mile day, so I would bike 60 miles. And just knocking it out. I didn't even work out every day, and I still hit over 750 miles in the 100 days. So something like that. If I would have, so I'm reading some books about how to really motivate yourself to be disciplined, and it's like something I've thought of before, and I want to do it. Like give a friend, somebody you trust, a large amount of money, large enough to where it's going to hurt, to lose it. And maybe even not just give it to them, but like put it in an envelope and say, you got to mail this to, and it could be some charity that you're interested in. But then started thinking, well, I'll quit because I want that charity to have that money. So then I started thinking, you got to give it to something you would not support at all. You have to trust your friend and say, hey, here's this envelope. And I picked a dollar amount for me that would be sufficiently painful. And that is $800. So I'm planning on doing this soon. And I don't know if I'm going to talk about it on the channel or not, but if I do it, I probably will. And it's and then give them this envelope and say, okay, I'm going to fast for 10 days. And if I don't, I'll be honest to myself, I want you to put this in the mailbox, and it's already labeled and addressed and stamped to some. And for me, I already know what the organization would be that I would not want to get my money. And then if I do fast for the 10 days or whatever it is, you can say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds in the next 2 months. And if I don't, you can bring a scale to your friend's house, weigh on their kitchen floor, give them, in my case, I said $800, but it could be $100 or it could be $10,000, whatever is going to be painful to you to lose, that you wouldn't just quit and not care. Like, it's only $50. They can keep it, and I'll just eat today. They say I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 2 months. And then, cause that's a pretty significant weight loss for 2 months. And then you bring the scale over there 2 months later, you get on it. And if you're 20 pounds down, you get your money back. And if you don't, they get to, whatever you agree. So it's just a way to motivate yourself, a way to, find that accountability, that drive. I was having some of the drive last week when I fasted the 72 hours because I hadn't fasted in a while, and it popped off a 3-day fast just right off the bat, and it felt great. And I had some things in the back of my mind that were just really driving me to not want to give up, because the desire to eat is completely natural and normal. And that's part of it too. It's like, hey, pain is okay. Pain is, like these cold showers really help me acclimate my mentality, my mind to, it's okay to suffer. Like suffering is how you gain in life. Like nothing worth having comes easy, right? Like you're going to have to be willing to suffer. Like hurt is going to come. And, I feel great right now. I'm super happy to be fasting one day, but even I was a little disappointed in myself. Like, why am I thinking about food all day? I caught myself talking to my friends like 3 different times about food where I would have not, like, I talk about like, maybe I went out to dinner or something, but I mean like, I can't even think of what I was saying, but just things about like future plans of eating this food or that food, or this is good. we were joking about like chicken and waffles, like things will just come to your mind that don't normally come to your mind when you haven't eaten for 24 hours or 48 or 72. And as far as the hormones go, the ghrelin and the peptid YY and the different hunger hormones and the satiety hormones, they really drop off, and especially after the third day, I've noticed, because I do notice some hunger pains even still into the third day, but the fourth day and the fifth day, like, are usually pretty easy for me. They really get like the hunger pains are gone. Then you start getting more into the if you guys are interested in hearing about like how do you feel every day on a fast, it's like for one, you got to understand you're going to suffer those hunger pains, and if you can't even be hungry, like, you're weak. So I can be hungry no problem, especially if you're morbidly obese. You're probably never hungry. Like, you eat way before you're hungry. You eat and eat and eat, and you're always full. You're never feeling hunger, so hunger shouldn't even be a much of a motivator to cause you to want to eat, because you feel it so rarely. So that's usually not that big a deal for people to get over them hunger pains. But when you start feeling lightheaded and your blood pressure is low, that's where that lightheaded, like, you stand up and you get a little woozy, like, even when you're not fasting, that can happen. And it's usually because you don't have enough sodium, you didn't drink enough water, and you have a little bit of low blood pressure. Usually in that case, though, and day 4, day 5, I feel like when I feel like that, I go just put like some salt and pepper in warm water, and I use the potassium as well, like the no salt or whatever it's called, the fakes. It's the salt alternative in the grocery store. Is it called just new salt or no salt or something like that? Anyway, it's potassium. It's just pure potassium, and then like pink Himalayan sea salt is the sodium. So you get the sodium and potassium anyway, and you just be short magnesium. But anyway, it helps. Like, instantly, I can feel that little bit lightheaded and wooziness go away when I drink that little quick mixture. So it's reminding me I do have my fasting salts laying around here still, and maybe I can start popping on some of those to make sure I can fast more than 3 days this time. So that is all my notes. My last little note here is just that I'm still drinking. I still eat the garlic. I chop up a garlic clove and drink it. Taking cold showers still. Working out a little bit. I'm drinking water and tea only, and I'm preparing myself for success. Like, I'm starting to really feel like um I'm gonna win. Like, I got this. Like, it's coming. And I know I've said it before and I felt it before, and then I'm bouncing up and down, but it's what causes me to never quit and never give up. And so be a hater, that's okay, but just get up and keep fighting. I can't focus on what was a good one I heard yesterday, like the 5 worst words you can contemplate within yourself is what will other people think? And you can't care about that. If you're more concerned, because other people think you should care what other people think, and they care what you think, and they think you should care what they think. And it's like, that's why they never do anything, because they're paralyzed by their own like if you read books about like the ghosts of fear, and it's like public humiliation is greater than the fear of death up until a certain age in life. And it's like my age, like it's over 50, over 60 before you actually start fearing death more than public humiliation, which I don't fear either. So there's a little freeing there. And that brings up another point about having faith in God and having faith in Jesus Christ and believing in something. And I'm not trying to be a pastor or a preacher right now too badly, but it has brought me peace and tranquility in my life, and guided my path, and got me out of dark places, and caused me to want to do good and be good. And like, when I find a wallet full of money, I don't even consider stealing it, for example. I just go find the owner, and they usually got an ID in it, or turn it into a wherever I found it store or something. It happened in the middle of the night one time, and I was near an apartment building, and it was the guy lived in the apartment building, and I went in and went up to his apartment, knocked on his door at like 2 a.m, and he answered the door and took his wallet, checkbook it was that time. But so those kind of things, like I'm not like, oh, Zach's a good guy bragging about him. I'm saying it makes you feel like not a piece of shit, like stealing does. I wouldn't, I don't even know how much money was in the wallet, and it was a long time ago, and I know it wouldn't have affected my life financially in any way, like any kind of positive way. Like, let's just say there was $500 in there, because this is like 20 years ago I'm talking about this story, but definitely wouldn't have affected my life financially, but it could have affected my psychology negative way forever if I would have stole it. And you're a thief then. You're low class, and it's just always with you. So and if you do have those things with you, you do need to learn how to forgive yourself. The Bible talks about, confessing your sins before man and confessing Jesus before man, and Jesus will confess you before the Father. And you are forgiven, and you need to learn how to forgive yourself. So let's just move past the past. Just don't live in the past. I'm even to the point where, like, being overweight is really, it's the past me, right? Because the actions that had to happen to make me overweight happened in the past. So to focus on being overweight is focusing on the past. And so you have to believe that you're already there, because your actions today and every moment of every day, tomorrow, the days we need to be focusing on is today, right now. Those actions are going to make us who we are, and that's going to be fit. And so if you believe in that victory, and you believe that that future is already set in stone, and you're doing the actions, then you're not overweight, because overweight is in the past. And oh, it's okay to be overweight. Oh, I have a sexy fat, but I'm overweight, but I'm sexy. And it's like, it's not healthy. If I love you, I'm going to tell you it's not healthy. I'm attracted to some slightly overweight, women. I'm not attracted to men, but if that's your thing, my point is, yeah, it's not all about physical appearance, and if it is, you probably won't lose the weight. You won't. It's just not enough of a motivator. Vanity is not going to drive you to success. I'm wanting to be healthy for my future wife, soon to be wife, my future children, hopefully twins. If you guys believe in the Father, you can pray for him that Zach and Jen have some little baby twins. And oh my God, I would consider that the greatest blessing from heaven of all time. I have my 5 children already, but a couple twins, 15 years apart, 16 years apart, whenever they get here. It would be so fun to retire and actually have little babies to play with and take care of. You wouldn't have to worry about seeing your grandkids. You just have your own grandkids while and I am a grandpa anyway. So that's it for this episode, guys. I care about you guys. I hope you can connect with the channel and connect with these videos and learn how to get the best out of yourself. That's all I'm trying to do with myself. I do want to help assist people in their diet and fitness journey, and especially with getting over diabetes, and how easy it is to just not have to be on medications and not have to be on insulin or metformin, or you just have to get off the pop, man. You have to get off the ice cream and the donuts and the cake and the cookies. You just got to get rid of all that. It's so bad for you, man. And just get on board with Jesus, because he loves you, I love you, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.